However, XRP is still lingering around 5054 cents, guys. Bitcoin, there is a lot of volatility, a ton of volatility, guys, but today is most definitely a huge day. There are literally fireworks everywhere, guys. Early video today in the morning. How come? The opposite of a rebel. Hi, the beginning of the Miami Rebel swell is today. Alright, so here we go, gentlemen. As of today, we have witnessed significant news such as the launch of RLUSD, which is correct, guys. From Fojak, Kichiro, and Mr. Pool, this is a very intriguing piece of information. It is imperative that we discuss palm trees while we are discussing the boys from Miami. Alright? In addition, I recall that this account, if I'm not mistaken, once suggested that XRP could be converted into $50 overnight. Then, after that, they posted this picture of somebody with a cheerful face and 2 palm trees. Take a look at this. You are correct. Perhaps it is time to what? Starting out the first day of Ripple swell with a positive attitude in particular. The palm tree team is fascinating, don't you think, guys? Then, in addition to that, we found Mr. Pool. MoonPay is now in Miami, where we are attending the Ripple swell event. In all honesty, there are quite a few announcements to be made today, right? If we talk about swell, then everything is going fine. So, here we are, gentlemen. RLUSD is the most important announcement that will be made today. Is that okay? The question is, what exactly does it mean when we talk about RLUSD? Now take a look at this. As a result of the news that was reported today, we are going to make all of the connections and explain why it is precisely the right time. XRP is fueled by RLUSD like rocket fuel. Exactly the same. Could it be that BG123 was the very first person to ever mention something like this? On the other hand, we did not become aware of it until several years later. So Bitcoin has its very own mechanism for pumping. And you guys are from the USCT, right? Alternately, it is more like that, folks, USCT. Afterwards, BJ123 once mentioned that Ripple, also known as XRP, which is purple, has its very own stablecoin, and the name of that stablecoin is RLUSD, people. In addition, that is the gasoline that will propel us to greater heights. Check out this right away. Are you all prepared? The reason being that Ripple itself. The Ripple USC exchange partners have been announced today at Ripple Swell, and we are delighted to announce them. As soon as the regulatory approval is received, RLUC will be made available to users and institutions all around the world. These institutions include Uphold, Bitso, MoonPay, and a few others. And now, gentlemen, we are at the point when things start to get rather juicy. Are you all prepared? In light of the fact that it appears to be truly a time, I ask that you listen very carefully. Announcing Ripple USC exchange partners for global distribution is something that Ripple has done right now. Announcing its exchange partners and customers for Ripple USD, an enterprise unisex dollar-denominated stablecoin that was developed with trust, liquidity, and compliance at its core. Ripple, the leading provider of digital asset infrastructure for financial institutions, made the announcement. After then, on key worldwide exchanges and platforms such as these exchanges and platforms, RLUSC will be made available to users and institutions all around the world. Having said that, I do hope that they include a greater number of exchanges than just a few guys, simply due to the fact that not everyone is on these particular exchanges, but at some point they will be. Here is my strategy for the game. This is something that I have been saying ever since we were informed about RLUSD. I believe that when RLUSD officially begins, there will be a black swan around, not within the same time period, but just lurking. I say this because I feel that there will be a black swan nearby. Mainly due to the fact that I am of the opinion that the upcoming crisis guys will serve as an ideal test for RLUSD. Do you think it will go kaboom or not? If it continues to float, will it continue to remain underwater? We are ready to go in the event that it goes kaboom, which is clearly not a good sign, but I do believe that it will continue to exist, people, okay? The fact that something is going to be released in such a short amount of time makes me believe that there will be a black swan, regardless of what it is. Guys, we will be coming up shortly as well. It could be within the next few months or anything like that. Let's wait and see, but for the sake of argument, let's assume that Bitcoin does indeed go like this right here and now, and that other coins do the exact same thing, but even more insane. Well, I'm going to take profits, and it goes without saying that I'm going to buy RLUC, people, and trade them for RLUC. I have a strong belief that there will be some kind of recession or black swan, and then we will go higher in the future. But we'll have to wait and see. Quote, Ripple stablecoin is well positioned to become the gold standard for enterprise use, thanks to our early exchange partners, the obvious utility and demand for RLUC, and a strong focus on regulatory compliance. Unbelievable, please take over USCT and UCCC, that would be a stupid thing to do. Wow, overtake, however, perhaps one day. The background of Ripple's CEO. I'll add that clients and partners have been asking for high-quality stable coins like our LEOC to cross to in order to use them across a variety of financial use cases, such as payments, organization of real-world assets, decentralized finance, and value storage. Is that correct? We will leverage our LEOC XRP and other digital assets to enable faster, more reliable, and cost-effective cross-border payments and transactions. Is this because I am aware that USDT is not the specific currency that our payment solutions will utilize? Well, there you have it. Once more, this moment once more. Everyone is giddy with excitement. Everyone seems to be happy. Are all of you prepared, right? It's extremely interesting, and it's even more interesting today. When there is Uplift, there is wonderful news. Uplift is pleased to announce that it has partnered with Ripple in order to launch RLUSD. Then we were given a little stamp. Most likely you are aware of the excitement around the forthcoming RLUSD. In the meantime, if you guys are trying to buy more extra people with all this wonderful news, I do have an uphold a filling downship that should blow your mind. We at Bitstamp are happy to help the listing guys. Alright. Things are getting all kinds of wild around here, even MoonPay, and our LUSD is on its way to MoonPay Men. It is required under the advice that issuers acquire clearance from the New York Department of Financial Services before making their stablecoin available within the state of New York. Please have a look at this. As of right now, they are just so Ripple's waiting for regulatory approval from the New York State Department of Financial Services, and this morning a representative from the NYSDFS people was there to provide their approval. Did you really mean to say that you were literally on stage with the chief legal officer at Rebel right on time? To put it simply, the go-ahead has been given at this stage, folks. Soon, it will be here. On the other hand, I did mention previously that when this debuts, possibly a little bit after it launches, guys, in real life, you might notice that there might be a catastrophe that occurs sometime around the beginning of the year 2025, right? Then, let us get ready. Again, it will serve as the ideal testing ground to determine what the outcome will be. Coming up next is Alan Nord. It is said here that the New York Department of Financial Services NYDFS has a team of approximately 60 individuals who are especially focused on cryptocurrencies. Aren't these men absolutely stunning? To reiterate, we are making progress toward this new planet. Take a look at all of the news that is happening in the world today. Consider the process of making payments across international borders as a favorable testing ground that Ripple may use to be ready for the use case that they have been concentrating on since the very beginning. The true intentions of Ripple are to handle 100% of the transactions that take place in the derivatives market. However, why do they not make this information public? There are multiple reasons for this, the most important of which is that they are not yet prepared. They are missing a piece of the puzzle, and that piece is called Codius. However, she did talk about derivatives a long time ago, and now it is coming to play, and they will be what leverages our LIOC guys on this platform. Whoa, isn't it crazy? Then the decision of the court will be sent to the SEC appeal people, as the president of the Confidence Court, Justin Ripple. Beautiful, as soon as it is finished and over with, it will be shortly since Trump is going to win by a margin of about 9%. It would appear that by the time the betting markets and the feelings are taken into consideration, in the event that they do not reach a conclusion regarding this matter in the near future, they will do so when Donald Trump begins his tenure as president. On top of all the news that has been going around, we also have a date that is going to be very important coming up. What are the likely outcomes? When it comes to the notes for the future, I am not sure. In the year 2020, on October 17th, take note of that. The 17th of October, you say? Do you agree? It is somewhat peculiar, isn't it? Once more. With all of the stuff that is out there, it is possible that something is coming to light, men. Perhaps a price pump or an explosion is in the horizon, depending on the circumstances. The solutions to the questions about the future can be found by consulting the past definer, a fractal of 2017 that is xrp+ripple. And very much right here, wow, that is actually quite comparable, don't you think, guys? It's the same thing, man, if you know what I mean. In spite of this, how do fractals repeat? Guys, that is a crazy thing to do. Isn't it true that everything is done by bots? The use of bots for mediation. Then, when the bots give the go-ahead, have a peek at what transpires. Guys, when it's all said and done, this move, right, this location is where the price explosion takes place. The initial pump will really take us to $10, and then we will return to something like high $4, and then we will pump the hell out of there, people. When other people begin to sell, I am not selling them the stock that I am now holding. Aside from the fact that I don't know anything about anyone else, I'm going to inform you guys that I'm going to hold off on making any statements until circumstances change. On the other hand, I am going to wait until the cycle is over for the time being. Based on the findings of an analysis, it appears that whales have recently shown a renewed interest in XRP, which indicates that they have long-term positive expectations. Right now. Once more, news.